Hi, welcome! Today we are on step number 7 in your planner. So you take your planner on the map and you will see here step number 7, which is feel good and manifest faster. Now the topic we're going to discuss today I think is really important if you want to create more happiness, joy, and you want to make sure that you can manifest much faster in your life, because this is actually where the planner is really powerful, and I want you to be able to fully utilize it to the maximum. Now, this is what I believe is actually the secret behind the secret. Now, many of you have watched The Secret, or many of you have been reading books about law of attraction, and some of you have been able to achieve great things with the law of attraction, and maybe some of you, after watching the movie, reading the books, you feel like, this is not working for you. You're like doubting if the law of attraction is something that really is workable for you. Now, the reason why you maybe feel like that is because you maybe didn't really understand this part of the secret of the law of attraction, which is that all of us, we have an emotional guidance system. Now, this emotional guidance system is something that I believe has been neglected by most of society. It's not something that you will learn in school, it's not something that you will learn in your job, because most of us has been trained to be so much in our head and not in our feelings, not in our emotions. Now, the reality is that we have an emotional guidance system that is showing us if we are in alignment with what we want and desire in our life, or if we are out of alignment. It also shows us if we are in alignment with the thoughts of who we truly are, or if we're not. So the key is to become aware of our emotions. This is such a powerful thing. If you want to learn to have 10 times faster results and be 10 times more productive, you really want to pay attention, because this is really the tool that you're going to use to manifest 10 times faster, to create things in your life 10 times faster, and to be much more happy and joyful in life. Because we have been so conditioned that, no pain, no gain. This is something that I was trained since I was young. If you have no pain in life, you have no gain. And for me, honestly, this is nonsense, because the reality is if pain is your only drive to build something in life, the reality is you will have a miserable life, because every time pain has to appear for you to take action. So the key is you want to create joy and pleasure as your drive, because we are motivated by two ways, either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. So by focusing on gaining pleasure, actually by watching your emotional guidance system, you can create much easier your success in life. So how does it work? It's very simple. Inside your planner, you will see you have this emotional scale, your emotional guidance system, which goes from fear, guilt, all the way up to joy, knowledge, freedom, and bliss. So the higher we are in our emotional vibration, the easier we manifest. What does that mean? The more we feel good and then take action, the more results we get. The more we feel good, or we feel amazing, we feel blissful, love, and joyful, and we visualize our dreams, the faster they become in reality. You see, most of us, we take actions when we feel bad, when we feel negative. As a result, we have very little progress in life. We feel like nothing is moving. Why? Because you're not using the universal power, which is your emotional guidance system. You see, if you feel negative, there is a reason why you feel negative. And now most of us, we believe that all these negative emotions are bad. And honestly, this is completely a lie. I thought that for many years, that the negative emotions like anger, fear, that these are all very negative, bad emotions, and they're not good. We need to neglect them, bury them, resist them. Now, please don't do that, because I've done that for many years and it doesn't work at all. The key is that you need to become aware of your emotions, acknowledge your emotions, accept your emotions, and then change your emotions. Very easy. You have to look at kids. Now, if you see a kid, they are happy one moment, 1 minute later they are crying, they feel sad, 1 minute later they feel angry, and 1 minute later after they can be happy again. This can be happening all in such a short time. Now, if you look at people when they get older, people have a very hard time to let go of their emotion. They keep on their resentment, their anger for a very long period of time. And that doesn't work. So we have to learn to accept our emotion, because most of us, we resist our anger, we resist our fear, we want to hide, run away from it, and as a result it keeps appearing in our life. Why is it keep appearing in us life? Because every negative emotion is teaching us something, it's helping us, it's our guidance system. And when you understand that, you will accept it when you feel fearful, you accept it when you feel bad. There's nothing bad about these emotions. They're just having a lesson for you. So the first step is to become aware. Awareness is everything. That's why inside the planner, especially if you have a 30-day planner, you will practice every day to write down your feelings. How do you feel during that day? Now most of us, we're not even aware of about how we feel because we feel so dull, we are so much in our head, we neglect our emotions completely, we're not fully aware of this. So give yourself some time, have some patience. If every day you take some time to reflect on your emotions, things will change. You become suddenly very aware when good emotions come up or negative emotions come up. And then you can learn from them and change them so that you are more in a high emotional vibration, more in joy, bliss and love. So acknowledgement, acceptance is key. Just think back as a kid, they also accept it, they allow it to flow. Now then you have to understand that negative emotions and good emotions both are good. There's nothing bad about them. Negative emotions are showing us that we have a thought that is not in alignment with who we truly are. It's not in alignment with what we want to manifest. Now we have to realize, some people reading the books of law of attraction, they hear about watching our thoughts, because our thoughts create our reality. Yes, it's true. But the reality is we have more than 84,000 thoughts every single day. Now, I cannot watch my 84,000 thoughts every single day. It's just so many of your thoughts are subconscious. But what can I watch is my emotions, because if I feel good, I know I have good thoughts. But if I feel bad, that means I have negative thoughts. Why? Because your thoughts lead to your emotions, and your emotions leads to your actions, and your actions leads to your results. Very simple. So everything starts with thoughts and then emotions. Now emotions is much easier to watch than your thoughts, because thoughts are way too many. So when you have a negative thought, this shows you that you're out of alignment with who you truly are, which means your spirit, and your spirit is full of joy, love and bliss. So if you feel negative, the first question you need to ask yourself, okay, what is the thought about this feeling? You know, why do I feel like this? What am I thinking? And then you write it down. That's something you do here. If you have the year planner, no problem, you can do that in the back, you can journal. But if you have the day planner, 30 day, and I would advise everybody, when you first start using these planners, I would highly recommend to also get some of the 30-day planners, especially for the first 60 to 90 days, until you get in a really good habit. But every single day you're going to write down what is your thought and your feelings, what's your thought behind your feeling. Once you become aware of that, you can change it. Because if you, for example, you feel always very uncomfortable or not well when you're spending money, there is some thought happening behind. If you are spending money and you feel guilty, for example, why? Maybe your thought is telling you that you somehow still believe that it's very hard to get money and it's very difficult to get money, or it's not good to spend money. Now I had that, for example. I always wanted to save money and not spend it. I wanted to create a good feeling when I'm spending money. So what I did is, when I realized that each time when I was spending money I didn't feel really good, and it didn't help me to manifest more money, because if you feel bad when you spend money, that means you subconsciously believe that there's not enough money in this world. And I can tell you there's lots of money in this world. There's more than enough for you and me and for everybody. So if you believe that there is enough, you will not feel bad when you spend. So what did I train myself? Every time when I spent money, I told to myself, okay, whatever I spend will come 3 times back to me. And after a while I said, whatever I spend will come 10 times back to me. And I keep saying that to myself each time when I spend. And after a while I start feeling good about spending money, because I know whatever I spend, more money will come back to me. So I changed my negative belief, I changed my thought. Now, where do most people go wrong? Most people go wrong when they have these negative emotions. They start looking or blaming the outside world. And when you do that, you lose your power. The first step is to take 100% responsibility for your emotion. If you feel bad, this is your inside doing that. That means your perception about the world, or whatever is happening, whatever reacted is from inside, not from outside. It's very easy to blame the outside world. But if you blame the outside world, you're giving away your power and you cannot change it. What happens is you will get more and more negative emotions. So the first step is to take 100% responsibility. You know, why do you get a negative emotion because of a certain event? It's because you perceive it in a certain way and you think about it in a certain way. So the key here is, if you want to feel more good in your life, is to learn to stop disliking things. Because if there's a lot of things in the world that you dislike, you will always create a negative emotion. And a negative emotion builds momentum. This is the next step you have to understand. Every emotion builds momentum. A good emotion builds momentum. If you feel good, it's easier to keep feeling good. That's why if you start your day in the morning and you practice with gratitude, you do this morning practice of feeling good first, the whole day tends to go well. If you don't do that in the morning and you first start focusing on all the things you dislike in the world, what happens is the whole day you tend to have negative emotions. So emotions build momentum. Is very important to understand. So each time when you catch yourself building momentum in a negative spiral, realize that and make a conscious decision to stop that momentum, to change that momentum. First allow it, accept it, and then think about what's the thought behind it, and then you can change it. Now when you have a negative thought, some of you will say, yeah, but it's so hard to change it, you know, it keeps coming up in your mind. Many times because you want to resist the thought, which means I did that for many years. I resist the thought, so I want to fight it back. So don't fight it back, allow it to happen. And my advice is shift your focus. Shift your focus to something totally different, like some little thing you can be grateful about, or you focus on some small progress you've made that day, or what are the things that went good in the last few days. So you start changing your focus to things that are good, that you know are good in your life. For example, if you feel financially you're doing really bad in your life, stop focusing there. Start looking at what all things are good in your life and be grateful for that. Once you make that change, a shift in emotion, then when you feel good, you can start thinking and visualize about creating more money, abundance in your life. So this is key. Every time start small. You cannot go from completely feeling fearful to completely blissful at the same moment. It takes some time to build up. That's why you go through different steps of emotions. An example, if you feel angry a lot of the time, the reason why you feel angry is because actually you feel powerless. So when you have a lot of angry emotion, that means you actually feel powerless many times. So you can ask yourself, why do I feel powerless most of the time? And then you can change it, because again, that's a perception if you feel powerless many times. Now allow anger to flow. It doesn't mean that you need to show your anger to the outside world. You can give yourself some time to deal with your anger, but don't neglect it. The more you push it back, it will make you sick because you're drinking your own poison. Okay? So the next step you have to understand is our purpose in life is to feel good. So if you feel like even after doing the first few steps you still feel lost in your purpose, it's very easy. Your purpose in life is to feel good. So whatever actions you can take that make you feel good is the key in life. So what I want you to learn to do with this practice is every single day make a list of all the things that make you feel good, the little things in life. So the more you become aware of your emotions, and every time when you do certain things that makes you feel blissful, you can do more of it. Because the more you do it, the more you feel good, the easier it is to attract in life, the easier it is to manifest. You do the same for all the little things that make you feel bad. For example, it could be that there are small irritations happening every single day that trigger you to build a negative emotion spiral that brings you to the negative momentum. Find out what are those small triggers and find a way to change them, to change your perception on them. You see, most of us, we live a very reactive life and we want to change our being just reactive, we want to be responsive. So next time when the emotion pops up, take some time to reflect first, become aware first, and then you can respond in place of react. Because if you react, you build a lot of momentum. And then you get more negative emotion happening to you. So all emotions build momentum. Now the next step I want you to learn is that once you feel good, and you just follow these guidelines in the planner, which is your affirmations, and here are lots of steps you can take to feel good. You pick whatever you feel attracted to, because everybody is different, everybody have different ways to start feeling good, but I'll give you a list of examples here of things you can do. And very simple things that I believe work for all of us is do some meditation, is to go in nature, have some distraction. When you go outside in nature, it really works, amazingly for every single person, because we're supposed to live in nature. You know, watch some funny dogs movies or funny cats movies. Simple things you can do to feel good is really important. Now, once you feel good, then is the key to start visualizing your dream. Then is the key to start, you know, reading your statement or watching your vision board. Because once you feel good, your manifestation powers increase so many times. That means when you take action, when you feel good, you have 10 times more results. This is really, really key. So the first job for you to do every single day is to feel good. So I would strongly advise you at the moment in your life, if you feel your life is a mess, if you feel you are stuck in life, the first thing I would personally do is take some time off. Forget about all your problems and all the things you have to do, because the list of to-dos will never end. The key is to do less, think less at the moment, and be more. Allow yourself to be more. You see, nature flows. And most of us, we are paddling against the river. In place of going with the river, we always believe in this concept, no pain, no gain, so we want to struggle in life because it's conditioned by the society to struggle. We believe by struggling they get success, because there's so many stories out there about people who've been struggling and then they get their success. But the reality is, to be honest, is many times if you look at those stories, people, if their life was only struggle to get success, the success is there's not a lot of joy in it, which means they will have maybe money, but they don't feel good about it. And if you look at people who live a more blissful life, who have money, who have bliss, who have health, who have joy, who have it all, they have a different perception of life. Yes, they went through some challenges. We all will go through some challenges, but they don't believe that we need to suffer and have pain to achieve our success. They believe that we easily can manifest, that money is there in abundance, that things are all there for us to just grasp it, manifest and create it. Visualize it, very simple. So stop believing in the no pain, no gain concept. Start believing in yourself and your feeling, your guidance system about feeling good. And isn't it fun if you can create all your dreams, if you can manifest all your dreams by feeling good along the way? Because this is key. You know, so many of us, we believe that once we achieve our goals, we will be happy. But you know, this is a lie. We will be happy along the way. And the more we can practice that, to be happy right now in this moment, by just feeling good, the easier our dreams will manifest, the easier things will happen. Now, this is something for myself, I've been practicing for quite a few years, and I have to say, thanks to this concept, I've been able to create an unbelievable life. I'm traveling around the world. I have so many good friends. I have an amazing partner who supports me. I'm in good shape, good health. And the reason why is because I believe really that if we feel good, things will happen in our life. And most of society, they say, you know, why are you always going so much on holidays? Why are you always having so much time to play? And I tell them, you know, when I take time for holiday, when I take time to play, to nurture my inner child, after when I come back, when I take action, when I work, I just feel it's 10 times more productive. Things happen, you know, like this, like magic. And I want the same for you. So that's why I've created this planet, to help you. I want you to live a more blissful, joyful life. You see, if you want to make a positive difference in this world, and I believe you want to make a positive difference, the first step is